Hello. I've been wanting for some time to do some short video teachings, and I thought that maybe one way to do that would be to share some of the writing I've been doing. So here it is. Is this a satisfying thought? Reading an article this morning in the Wall Street Journal about part-time optimism, because the writer claimed that full-time hope and cheerfulness is just too hard. This one line caught my attention. And I thought, what a wonderful question. What a quintessentially Buddhist question. And once I thought about it, the piece, which at first didn't seem to go beyond the usual pop psychology advice, on closer inspection was actually popularizing methods that the Buddha had long talked about. So the first technique, for example, create a positive channel in your mind, the article said. And this way you can dial into when you're feeling down. And this channel would be populated with pleasant images, like a laugh-filled lunch with a friend or a cuddling session with your child. But this method is actually not unlike what the Buddha describes in the Vitakkasatta Sutta. I did not say that right. The Vitakkasanthana Sutta. Vitakkasanthana Sutta, where he suggests replacing an unskillful sign or thought with a skillful one. So if you're starting to feel like the world is going to the dogs, changing your mental channel will at least give you a bit of space and perspective. And the trick, of course, is to not use this as suppression or denial, but simply as a mental stepping stone from which to do deeper work. And that quote above is by a photographer in California who schedules prompts to pop up on his phone throughout the day. But it's reminiscent of the second method the Buddha describes, in which involves reflecting on the danger of our unskillful thoughts. Self-doubt, judgment, envy, anger, excessive desire. These are all mental formations, as Buddhism calls them, that can quickly derail us if left unchecked. So to stop a train of thought in its tracks with a question equivalent to where am I going is not only skillful, but can potentially be life-changing. Now, it's not easy to stop a train, of course, but it's also remarkable how effective a simple question like, is this satisfying, can be in the service of doing just that. A third option is to ignore the thought, to simply not give it room to take hold in our minds. The Wall Street Journal article spoke of this as surrounding yourself with the positive. Feeds you scroll through, the people you hang out with, the activities you do each day all shape your outlook and your experience of the world. Once again, this doesn't mean ignoring that the world is burning, but it does mean not emptying a mental can of gasoline in a situation that's already challenging enough. The fourth option, and I acknowledge that I am stretching the parallels a little bit here, involves retracing our mental steps to get to the root of a thought. The article suggested imagining a brighter future and writing a letter to yourself from that future self. So one encourages you to unearth your unacknowledged motivations. The other moves forward into the future to create a better present. Not quite the same thing, but perhaps they both evince similar results. And finally, the fifth option, which in Buddhism pulls out all the stops, and it's called crushing mind with mind. If loving, coaxing, or inspiring yourself to come out of your doldrums have failed, then you read yourself the riot act. I think of this as the stop feeling sorry for yourself, Zuisei line. Because let's face it, sometimes being nice is not enough. We need to be snapped awake. And this is what this last technique does. The article wrapped it up nicely with another quote. You have to aggressively look for hope in the world. Optimism is hard work, the article acknowledged. The same goes for staying real. That's why it's not enough to think positively. We have to do something. And from a Buddhist perspective, this is called practice. We do what we have to do to be and stay awake. If you would like to read these pieces, you can do so in my newsletter. There's a link in the bio to subscribe, or you can also read them on my website. Until next time.